Hey Neo, I thought I'd just make this quick video here about hyper tight throats. Okay, so this is the piece that got me started with trying tight throats. This is, ignore the Le Freak. This is a slightly short shanked vintage double cup mouthpiece. I'd say the inner diameter is about 660, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe like a 661, 662 maybe. So it's rather medium in diameter, but you see the cup is relatively shallow, and it's got this big double cup entrance into what Terry Warburton said was a 32 throat. He said it might even be a 33. He's not sure if it's a 32 or 33. It's so close when the drill sizes are that small. And you can see the backbore is not very big either. It's got this thick terminus on the end. So this is the piece that started it, and this is the piece that unlocked my double and triple range. I can play stupidly high on that. The next step was to try the Ken Titmus reverse taper backbores. So I tried his number 2, his RT2, I tried his RT3, I tried his RT4. The RT3 and the RT4 are a little bit larger. Those are good if you're playing like small group jazz and you want efficiency, but you need a darker, rich middle and low range. Some people can scream on the RT3 and the RT4, that's fine. I found that the RT2 and the RT1 worked better for me, and the RT1 especially worked well. The RT1 starts at a 27 and goes to 30 inside. So I like the 30, but I'm already normally using a 32. So the next step was to try a slightly larger lead mouthpiece, which this is my Romero brass. This is a custom Romero brass I had. And this one is the 1369. That's the serial number. It's the BDF Brian Douglas Foot Solo 1.0. So this is like a lead mouthpiece I use if I'm starting to get tired and I feel like I have to move some more air. It's just a shallow, about 665, a little bit wider than my double cup, a little bit wider than that. But it only goes down to a 30. And the backbore is a little bit bigger than this one. It's the smallest backbore in the Romero brass line. So if I get really tired on these things, I can move to this and I get about an hour or two more of chops if I'm really tired. Going back to the Ken Titmus stuff, last year I had Ken make me a version of his RT1 that tapers to a 32. So you see it says RT 28-32. So this top, this Brian Foot custom Ken Titmus top, it's a 28 throat at the end of the top. But then you see it tapers down to 32. So that little ring you see is the funnel where it tapers down into a 32. So really not that much smaller than 28, but it makes a big difference. And the internal dimensions are the same. After that 32 throat, it's the same as his RT1. So it's his tightest backbore shape. And I liked this one so much that I wanted to get one that was one throat size larger so that it could work on a lot of different tops that I already have and a lot of easy to find tops. So I got it. This is the same shape. Exact same shape inside, but it goes from 27 to 32 instead of 28 to 32. And instead of a little dot, he put a little taper mark, which is smart. You can actually see, you can see how that's tapered. It tapers down even more because it starts one throat size larger than this one. And as you see, this is just my own personal preference. With these custom Ken Titmus backbores, I wanted to try it without the little globe in there because I just wanted to try something different, and I kind of liked it more without the without that globe or that ball shape. I just found that there's it might be just the teensiest bit more stable and a little easier to center than if the ball is there. So these are my super tight back bores, and these both taper to a 32, as you see notated there. And this Romera brass, it isn't a taper, it just goes down to a 30. So this is like my medium large lead mouthpiece, is this Romera brass. And then my regular lead piece is the one that started my foray into the tight zone. And no one really knows who made this. I have a feeling it was King. I think this was a King prototype made either in the 30s or the 40s. And that's that. Just to show you a few other of my experiments, if you check out the cool, really cool vintage blank of this old double cup. Now we go over to the wall of shame. You'll see, wow, there's more of them. These have very similar blank. Let me show you. So this one, which has no writing on it and is quite different. Look at that. These are all related. I believe these were either made by the same people or with the same concept in mind. So these three are a little different. They're a little deeper, a little narrower, and have wider rims, and they don't taper to as small of a mouthpiece throat. Like this is only maybe like a 29 or a 28. And it's a little too narrow, and I didn't quite like the rim. So that's why I don't use this one much. There's this one, which is very similar to the one I just showed you. This one goes a little bit smaller, maybe a 29. But again, it's a little bit deeper, has more girth. Back bore's a little dirty. And then there's this guy. All three of these are very close, but they're still custom. They're still a little different. Like this one, the rim is a little rounder, kind of like an inner tube kind of shape. And then there's the King S1, which was a stock King mouthpiece in the 50s and 60s. It's almost like a King's version of a 7C. You see, it's quite a bit deeper. But it has a 26 throat, much larger throat, and a relatively open back bore. King S1. So the reason that King using this shape and this shape being so close, just a little bit variation, and then there's mine, my special one. Very strange, huh? These are very, very related. Very close. But they're just variations, whereas this one isn't a double cup at all. It's just like a deep C cup. So I have a lot of other experiments and stuff. Let's see, this right here. This is my jet tone. I really like this mouthpiece, but the 27 throat and the big back bore, like I sound really good on this mouthpiece for about 10 to 20 minutes. And it's even shallower than any of my lead stuff. So it's very shallow, very open compared to my lead stuff. And I tried a variation on this. I had Ken make me a variation. And I like it. It's very close to the original T1B jet tone, but I think I need to make this, the inner rim a little bit softer, and I need to make it just a touch deeper. The way that the rim blends in from the soft bite, it blends in so subtly that my lips don't have quite enough room. So that was like a failed experiment, but I'm still interested in trying to make it work. I like that big entrance, the jet tone style entrance. So this was like my first Ken Titmus custom. It sounds really good, but the upper register is kind of unwieldy, especially above high C. So like from high C to double G, I can't play the notes consistently, but it has a lot of sizzle. So yeah, That's the Tiny Throat Tirade.